Happy holidays, baddies. Welcome back to Be a Better Baddie. My name is Quenisha. I am your host, coach, teacher, and fellow baddie. Today is December 26th. I am coming to you hot off Christmas. Hot off Christmas. We are in a hotel, got some nice hotel coffee. We spent the holidays in Atlanta this year, which is so exciting. My mom lives in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta when I went to high school, and then I moved to Texas after college. So I have plenty of fond memories here. It was fun. But this is the last video of the year, and this is supposed to be a vlog, so it's a little different. I'll insert some clips of like the fun things we did in Atlanta so you can get a feel of that. Your perspectives.
I did that. See, I didn't have this. I just brought
Okay,
this.
it's not 100%.
You're thinking about what? If you serve out of the fridge.
I made your hair.
Who got this? The people?
Me.
Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, time to fly about.
Think you can handle that?
And it came out beautifully. I was like, wow. Let me get you in the background. Wait. Sit.
We went to Atlantic Station for ice skating. I met up with a friend from college. It's not a friend from college. She's one of my best friends. She's literally a bridesmaid in my wedding. So, met up with her. Eric also came. So, my fiance, he got to see Atlanta, spend time with my family. That was super exciting. And yeah, just some other things. So a lot of fun, and it was nice to see Atlanta again. I think especially from like a touristy eye. Usually when I come back, it's like I'm at my mom's house and we go to the grocery store, and we just kind of do the normal things, but stepped out a little bit, got to do some touristy things, and that was fun. The purpose of this video is to talk about my December 2024 goals and kind of reflect on those, and then talk about what I'm going to do for January 2025. So if you don't know, I'm setting monthly goals. So I am a fan of short-term goals. I don't like setting annual goals, New Year's resolutions, like by the end of 2025, I'll have this or I'll have that. I'd rather have a long-term vision in my head, but break it down into smaller chunks by a monthly basis and see where I end up. I don't think there's anything in my head where I'm like, by the end of this calendar year, I want to be here. No, there are things that I want all the time. So why not work towards them? Why stretch it out so far? And why not just create little milestones that feel good to hit? So I set monthly goals. So give me a second. I posted my goals on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me over there. I posted my goals on Instagram at the beginning of December. And sometimes I'll post my goals, sometimes I won't. I was just feeling like, oh, let me post my goals for December this month. And sometimes I won't do it. But if I end up doing this type of video along with my planner moving forward, because the next similar video will be like my January recap, and I'll have my planner for that one. Y'all know I'm already in love with my planner. I cannot wait to fill it out. But sometimes I'll share my goals, sometimes I won't. So I want to talk a little bit about my December goals, like what was the purpose, what did I actually achieve, and then how am I going to use December to inform January. Overall, whenever I set monthly goals, I like to set 4, 5-ish goals. And I like to have a mix of goals. Some of them are ambitious, some of them I got to work a little hard to achieve it. Some of them, I'm going to do it anyways. It's an easy check mark. I just need the motivation to do it. So, one of my first goals for December was to post on YouTube every week. I've done good. And I'm actually in love with the growth that I've seen from posting every week on YouTube. I don't have the exact numbers. Let me check. So, in the month of December, I've already gained like 30 subscribers, which I think is a lot. Maybe it's not, but I'm happy about it. It's a lot to me. So every week I've been posting, I've kind of gained a subscriber for every day that I've been posting, which is pretty exciting. If you are not subscribed to the channel and you are watching here on YouTube, do subscribe. I'm looking at analytics. I'm trying not to get too attached to them just because I'm still fairly new to posting consistently on YouTube, but I see a lot of non-subscribers watching the entirety of the video. So do subscribe to the channel. So I'm excited about that one. The reason this was able to work is because my friend Lauren and I'll tag her below. She's in a similar niche as I am, like kind of lifestyle, life coaching, mental health type thing. So her and I have been making content for years, and we just talked and we were like,
All right.
let's meet up every month. Let's hold each other accountable. We are posting every week. We sat down at the beginning of December and just planned out our content. And at that point, it was at the end of November. It was literally like Thanksgiving weekend. And I was like, I'm not posting at the end of December. Like, I'm taking a break. I'm just gonna post again when the new year starts. And she was like, for what? And I was like, because like I need to take a break. And she was like, why? And I was like, you know what? You're right. So shout out to her for coaching me up to post every week in this month of December. I definitely saw the benefits of it. It's becoming more of a habit for me. Like even me doing this right now in a hotel room. Wow. You see how sleepy I look? Let me look at myself. But I was like, I need to record this video. Like it needs to be out. Like, so the consistency is building. I love it. And it's going to become a habit for me. So posting every week this month has helped me with that. I also created like this tracker to help me with the flow of everything, because I'm not just doing a YouTube video. I'm planning the video, I'm recording it. I also am putting the podcast episodes on my podcast feed. I need to write descriptions for that, get all the relevant links. I'm also putting the blog version, the written form, on my website as well. So I'm doing all of those different steps because I want to maximize each piece of content. I'm also making short form clips to put on Instagram and YouTube shorts. So I've also created a system. So I have a tracker that kind of walks through all of the things that I should be doing, help me plan out the flow of my content. And I know there are a lot of trackers out there, but I am a firm believer. It's easier for me to make my own because I know how my brain works. I know how to manipulate things over time to work for my lifestyle and my brain. So I'd rather make my own rather than taking someone else's tracker. But overall, I have been able to post every week on YouTube for the month of December. So let's, yay! I'm happy about that. I'm going to continue to post. Goal number 2 for December was to run 15 miles. This was an ambitious goal for me. This was one of the ambitious ones. So I took a look at my Nike Club run stats. And in the month of November, I did my turkey trot, of course. And before that, I had did like another 5K. So that was already 6 miles I had already run on top of like all the other like practice runs. So I hit 14.9 miles for the month of November. So I was like, okay, for December, obviously I can hit that. I did not hit 15 miles for the month of December. So here are all the excuses I have. It was sometimes just too cold and rainy outside. It wasn't for me. And I feel like if I had a treadmill that was conducive to me running on, I would have been able to do it. I have a walking pad. I tried to like run on it a little bit, but I think it's more for walking because when I run on it, like, I don't know, what is it? The pad gets stuck and like this is how it feels. It doesn't run the correct way. I don't know what else to say about that. I work out at home for the most part and I also use ClassPass. So I don't have a specific gym membership. So I was also thinking about using ClassPass to get like an open gym situation and use the treadmill, but those times never worked out with my schedule. So I did not run 15 miles this month for December 2024. Instead, I ended up running, I don't know how many. When I'm editing, I'll put a screenshot of how many miles I ran this month according to the Nike Run app. I think that's also another issue that I have to have my phone on me. So for instance, I did run when I was on the treadmill here at this hotel, but I didn't hold my phone. Like I used my Fitbit. So I need to think about how I'm going to track my runs. Goal number 3 for December was to read one book. I ended up reading The Wife Between Us, and it was supposed to be, at least when I picked up the book, I was like, okay, this is like a suspense, thrill, mystery type of book. And it just kind of drug on a little too long, and all the suspense, thriller, drama, mystery was gone. I was more so like towards, I'm not going to describe the book in too much detail because I don't want to give anything away if you want to read it, because maybe you'd like it. First half of the book was great. It was kind of like, what am I reading? You didn't know whose perspective you were reading the book from. So once you were reading in part 1, you were assuming you were reading 2 people's perspectives. Part 2 revealed that you were actually reading one person's perspective. So then we start learning about this one person, and this one person was like trying to break up her ex-husband and his new fiance and trying to prevent them from getting married. They introduced a lot of side plots and side characters that ultimately didn't contribute to the end goal of the book. I am no book rater, but I do want to rate the book. I'm going to rate the book a 2.5 out of 5. It was okay. But it was exciting to read, and I read one book. I got it over with in a month. And then the last goal I had for the month of December was to pick out my bridesmaids colors. So I picked out my bridesmaids colors. That is done. I ordered some swatches. I just now need to communicate that to the bridesmaids. So that is done. That is my December recap. Overall, in terms of sharing the goals out loud on Instagram, I was okay with that, especially since these are goals created by me, not imposed by anyone else. And it is what it is. So now we're going to talk about January goals as we go into January 2025. My goals for January 2025 are pretty similar. pretty similar. The first one I have is to run 10 miles. So I've reduced the number from 15 miles to 10 miles. I saw my consistency, and my goal was to kind of work on running 1 mile at a time in December. I was like, run 1 mile each time, try to get quicker with that 1 mile. Sometimes I felt like I could go for longer. Sometimes I felt like that 1 mile was enough. And if I do 2 miles each run, then that's about 5 times I need to run. I don't know. I still don't really have a solid plan for this running, but I will try to run 10 miles this month. Goal number 2 is to continue to post to my YouTube, my podcast, and my blog consistently. So, all three of those things, I want to continue to put content on those three things. I need to start telling people about the blog, especially for people who are into reading more than listening to a podcast or watching a video. Like, you can get this content in all three ways, baby girl. All three ways. The third goal I have is to read one book. So I've already started reading the book. It's called She Started It. I'm maybe 5 pages in. So far, it seems like it's about this girl who probably got bullied in high school by another group of girls. She's getting married. She invited them to be her bridesmaids for her upcoming wedding, and they're having a bachelorette party. And something scary is going to happen on this deserted island between them. So, high hopes for this book. So, read one book. I'm sure I'll finish this book. And then next is a lot of wedding stuff. So, I want to schedule my wedding dress shopping date. I need to figure out when my mom can come to Texas and be with me to try on dresses. My bridesmaids also want to come, so trying to figure out when that'll happen. I know you're supposed to pick out your dress 8 to 12 months before. I want to start looking now. So I don't know when I'm going to have the date, but I do want to sit down and figure that out. Another goal completely related to that is to pick a wedding planner. I think actually having a person walk us through each step and maybe hold us accountable, which we're doing pretty good with planning already on our own, but we want to hire a wedding planner that will also act as the day of coordinator to help us with all those details. So we have a couple of meetings lined up for January. By the end of January, I'm hoping that we have picked a planner and we are able to now move forward because we will be exactly 1 year out from our wedding. And then last thing I want to do in the January is maybe schedule and have my bridesmaids meeting. So I want to have the time to meet with them, tell them the colors, the fabric of the dress, website, hairstyle, makeup, plan out bachelorette party stuff, like really just get a lot of things done. And in true professional Quenisha manner, I want to have a Zoom meeting. So I'm going to send them a doodle poll and an email, get their availability, and then we will have our meeting. So those are the things I'm hoping to do for January. In the comments below, let me know how your December was. Did you set goals for that month? Did you achieve those goals? And let me know what you're thinking about for January 2025 because it's the start of a new year. We want to start thinking about our goals for this new month or either this new quarter. But let me know what you are thinking in the comments below. And I will see you all in January 2025 for the new year with a new episode. So I hope you have a positively productive, self-loving day. Mwah.